Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now with the main headlines. Lucknow-based Abu Talib Hawza to begin examinations on the 18th of Sha'ban. Economically deprived Pakistan sets free 26 Afghan detainees. European countries legalizing Islamophobia, limiting religious practices of Muslims, says experts. Children needing aid in central Sahel doubled to 10 million, the UN says. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. This is Yunus Dawood and you're watching Shia Waves live from Imam Hussein TV 3. The Abu Talib Religious Seminary in Lucknow, India will begin examinations on the 18th of the blessed month of Sha'ban, corresponding to 11th May until the 25th of Sha'ban 1444 after Hijrah, corresponding to the 18th of May 2023. On Saturday, oral tests will be carried out for all 7 classes with 39 students. Participating the regular holiday will be on the Monday of the 26th of Sha'ban, and the Hawza shall resume its studies on the 25th of Shawwal, corresponding to the 26th of April 2023. It is worth mentioning that the Hawza of Abu Talib is one of the religious centers affiliated to the Supreme Religious Authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Hussein al-Shirazi. Around 26 Afghan detainees have been set free from Pakistan's prisons and sent home, said Afghanistan's Refugees and Repatriation Department, reported a local newspaper that the Afghan detainees were transported from the prisons in Pakistan through the Spin Buldak border crossing. Among those who were detained, there were women and children who were imprisoned in Sindh because of lack of residency documents. And as per Afghanistan's Department of Refugees and Repatriation reports released on Wednesday, this comes after Afghan refugees in economically deprived Pakistan had voiced against the ill treatment by the country's police. There have been several cases where one can witness hundreds of undocumented Afghan nationals, including women and children, captivated in Pakistan's prisons located in Karachi and Sindh. The way Afghan nationals are treated in Pakistan has been condemned by Pakistan Human Rights Commission and the UN Refugee Agency. These international bodies have been asked that Pakistan and its government to treat Afghan citizens decently, reported Kama Press. Earlier this month, 137 Afghan nationals have been released and safely returned home. Countries in Europe are allowing hate crimes against Muslims by legalizing Islamophobia and introducing laws which are banning or limiting their religious practices. According to a new expert, Anadolu agency reported, Enes Barakali, a professor at the Istanbul-based Turkish-German university, said that each year we see a new country come up with a new plan, with a new law or a party in Europe to ban something, a religious practice or other Muslims. Barakali added this can be the minaret ban, the mosque ban, the hijab ban or the burqa ban. These kinds of regulations are being materialized each year. It is becoming more and more normal in Europe. The co-editor of the annual report termed the European Islamophobia report, Barakli also shared highlights from the upcoming 2022 report, noting that 3 countries emerge as the most vulnerable ones for Muslims in 2022. 3 countries are on the forefront: France, Austria and Denmark. Let us remind our respective viewers of today's headlines. Lucknow-based Hawza, Abu Talib Hawza to begin examinations on the 18th of Sha'ban. Economically deprived Pakistan sets free 26 Afghan detainees. European countries legalizing Islamophobia, limiting religious practices of Muslims. 10 million children in Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger are in extreme jeopardy and desperately need humanitarian assistance due to worsening violence, the United Nations said this Friday. The figure is twice as many in 2020, while a further 4 million children are at risk in neighbouring West African countries as battles between armed groups and security forces spill across the borders, the UN Children's Agency UNICEF said. In addition to that, armed groups in Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger have been directly targeting schools in an accelerating attack on education. According to the UNICEF report, more than a fifth of schools in Burkina Faso have closed down as a result of attacks. And now we continue with some short news. Shia followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhum salam in Iraq, Iran and across the world have commemorated today, Friday the 24th of Sha'ban, the 132nd anniversary of the Grand Shia Authority, Sayyid Muhammad Hassan al-Hussein al-Shirazi, the founder of the House of Samarra. Ayatollah Shirazi is remembered for his historical fatwa that sparked the tobacco revolution in Iran, which shook the Shah's throne and who handed the rule of the country to the British colonizers. His Eminence had spent his life in the service of Ahlul Bayt alayhum salam and the religion of Islam and the Shia Muslims. Researchers on Thursday emphasized the importance of using modern technology in organizing and managing the large numbers of people coming to Holy Karbala during the massive Arba'in pilgrimage. The researchers who were attending an intellectual symposium organized by Karbala Center for Studies and Research said that this pilgrimage requires independent research and studies and more efforts on the service and security levels. They also continued that the modern and advanced technology can be hugely contribute to prevent the stampedes and can just help utilize resources more effectively. In a letter sent to Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Ali al-Husseini Sistani, Pope Francis recalled their meeting 2 years ago in Najaf, describing it as a milestone on the path of interreligious dialogue and understanding between peoples. In the letter published on Tuesday by the Holy See Office, the Pope commended the Grand Ayatollah for his commitment to those who suffered persecution, preserving the sacredness of life and the importance of the unity of the Iraqi people. The letter also continued that we are both convinced that the Pope Francis wrote to Ayatollah Sistani that respected for the dignity and the rights of every person and every community, especially freedom of religion, thought and expression, is a source of personal and social serenity and harmony between peoples. According to a new economic research, results show that between 1995 and 2005, soil aridification led to a global loss of approximately 1.7 million tons of corn, 81,000 tons of rice, 786,000 tons of soya beans, and 430,000 tons of wheat. A contraction mainly concentrated in Africa and Asia. The research said that if immediate action is not taken to counter the effects of advanced aridity on agriculture, productivity, and therefore on the availability of food, the African continent could lose in less than a century more than a third of its products. Something which, together with the population increase, would cause a clear reduction in individual welfare. We have reached the end of today's Shia Waves show. Let's remind our viewers of today's headlines. Lucknow-based Abu Talib Hawza to begin examinations on the 18th of Sha'ban. Economically deprived Pakistan sets free 26 Afghan detainees. European countries legalizing Islamophobia, limiting religious practices of Muslims, says experts. Children needing aid in Central Sahel doubled to 10 million, the UN says. You can view the latest news on Shia Waves website. You can also send the news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of the screen. This is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching, and we pray to Allah the Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Imam of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Imam Hussein Media Group is moving to a new location. As the shrines plan to expand, we at Imam Hussein Media Group have secured and built